Thank you, Wilbur.
Woohoo! Right, it is the final section of the show, final section of the competition. Are we excited? We bloody well should be. You've done very well. It's getting quite warm. I thought it was super warm and I realised I've sunburnt myself like a dick today. So I am turning luminous. There are 6 acts in this section trying to beat the frog. I think we should just crack on. Eleanor, how you doing, mate? Are you on your 6th beer? You're an absolute animal. I love you. Look at you. Oh, no stopping you, Jack. How are we? What are we drinking? You're an absolute champion. Fruit cider? Just a smidge. I love that. I'm still a man. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. They don't believe you, Jack. No. You got to go over there and have a chat with them, like the men table. What do we think? Dash of blackcurrant, all right? Oh, mate, no! You've been ejected! Hey, well, you know what? I'd keep on his good side. He's going to be a lawyer, just in case it all kicks off, guys. I'm not saying it would. You look like lovely gentlemen. Why are you trying to incite violence, Katie? I don't know. I'm sunburnt. Anna, how you doing, mate? What you on? Vodka and cranberry. I love it. It's just so subtle. It's such a bank drinker's drink. I love it. It's like one of my 5 a day. I love it. It's great. It's a bit of cranberry, just a dash of cranberry. Do we like a dash of cranberry, men? Yo, one of them, the rest of you know, that guy went, yeah. You're my favourite. I don't mind a bit of cranberry, why not? It's a Monday. Treat yourself, Anna. Treat yourself. Right. We've got 6 people trying to beat the frog. The first one is Chris Lakin. Let's get this show on the road. Let's stamp our feet. Let's clap our hands. Let's whoop. Let's cheer. Card holders ready. It's Chris Lakin, everybody.
Hello. My name's Chris. I've never done this before. I've written 6 jokes. You can expect to laugh once every 50 seconds. I've written 5 jokes. You'll be laughing once a minute. If we've got any Manchester Met students in here, that maths is right. I'm a married man. That means I have to kind of figure out opinions on things that I didn't really know existed. I didn't know I cared about them, but apparently I have to. We were planning our wedding. We went around to look, you go around the venues, they show you all the things that you didn't realise happened at weddings. And they show you, you're looking at your table decorations, and I thought, well, okay, there's candlesticks, big candlesticks, vases, big vases. She says, oh, okay, I'll go and get you out some of those little bits and pieces, and you can see what you like and see what you don't. She went into this cupboard that's probably about the size of that. She brought out what looked to me like the lighting section of John Lewis, and so many different ways of showing off flowers and vegetation that I honestly thought there weren't going to be any actual guests in the wedding because it was just going to be dense foliage everywhere. So I figured that our first dance wasn't actually going to be 2 young lovers staring into one another's eyes, but 2 malarial adventurers looking for the source of the Amazon. And so I thought, well, this is an opinion I didn't realise I needed, so I'm going for a shit. And so I went off, and I had a very, very long, very fake shit. I had a fake shit for so long that I actually started to need a shit. And by the time I came back, it seemed like they'd actually made some decisions, which was great. And my wife turned to me and said, well, there's 5 tea light holders there. I like 2 of them. What do you think? I didn't actually tell her what I thought at that time. What I did was I stalled again. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll go for a read offer. I'll be like the Darren Brown of Homebase. I'll just stand there and I'll pick these things up and I'll turn them over and I'll see what I can do and I'll see if I can get a read off her body language. Turns out I'm shit at psychology because I've never studied it in any way. So I picked one up and I looked at it, I looked at her, I looked back at it, I looked back at her. And then I realised that this wasn't really psychology and that I was doing horrendously at it. And actually what was happening was that I was just basically fucking Jason Statham's fat brother having a breakdown in B&Q. So what I did was I just blindly pointed at two of them and just said, well, them. Turns out one of them was right, one of them was wrong. I gave up on that one very easily. And on we moved.
Colin, I forgot the horn, but the 3 cards have got up. So sorry. Sorry, mate. I mean, levels of dickheadery this evening on my part. I'm going to blame my baby and the sunstroke. How long did he do, Colin?
3 minutes.
Don't fucking laugh, Colin! You're fine, you can laugh. How long, sorry?
3 minutes 25.
3 minutes 25. All right. Well, for first effort, there's a lot of first timers tonight, which I think pretty impressive stuff for first timers. We've got Jack Gray coming on. Now, if Jack Gray could be funny for at least a minute whilst I run upstairs and get the horn, that would be awesome, Jack. I'm just letting you know. So, on a count of 3, we're gonna clap, we're gonna cheer, we're gonna stamp our feet. 1, 2, 3, clap, cheer, stamp your feet for Jack Gray!
Hello. So this is also my first gig ever, so if you just want to bear with me. As you now know, my name is Jack Gray. That's Gray with an A, not an E, often mistaken, or Gray without the R if you're one of my old high school bullies. I am a uni student. I'm actually doing a degree in comedy, which has gone down well with many people. Tell us a joke. Oh, comedy, that's a joke of a course. Nice one, mate. I like how you use a double meaning there, because it's a joke of a course, and also because it's quite shit, and we tell really bad jokes as well. Another response you usually get is, oh, comedy, but you're not even that funny. Fuck off, mum. You worked in HR in a supermarket for 20 years. Oh, Maria swore at me because I put the Pink Lady apples on the Granny Smith apples display. Oh, that's dreadful. I'll speak to the manager. Yeah, your dreams died a long time ago, mother. Now, another thing. Oh.
Jack Gray, you are harsh in this section. 7 beers makes you bitchy. Eleanor, I'd love to see you on a few beers in the ICU. Not even dead. Not even dying. Get up, mate. What you on about? I don't know why you've suddenly turned incredibly Lancashire when you've had 7 beers. No. How long did Jack Gray do, please, Colin?
1 minute 5 seconds.
1 minute and 5 seconds. Mate, first go, valiant effort. I reckon over a minute is a valiant effort on your first go, all right? It's dead hard. First, if it helps, first time I did Beat the Frog, died on my hole. Like, yeah. Oh, thanks for the shocked silence, you bastards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more acts in this section. It's very, very exciting. I kind of like when I said before that this was my social life, I'm not even dicking about, guys. It totally is. Like, we're all going to be Facebook friends, Mark. We are, mate. I love that you go out with your dad, like, on a night out. That's amazing. Like, is incredibly uncool, but wonderful in equal measure. Like, I love it. Has Mark got any dad jokes? Do you know what I mean? Like everybody here, if you are a dad, or like you've got a dad, they've probably got dad jokes. Like, you know, like some shit they've been doing your whole life, like saying or like thing they do your whole life, and it's gotten like less funny the more they've done it. Like, my dad's got the best dad joke in the world, right? What he does, doing this, right, I'm 31, my whole life, when I go to visit, I go to the toilet, my dad waits outside the toilet room door, flicking the light switch on and off, for the entire time I'm on the toilet, laughing like it's the funniest thing that's ever happened. He just stands there the whole time like, ah, ha, 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 ha. All right, Dad. Just biding my time until he's on a life support machine. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Mad bands. I love that the older people were like, that's funny. The younger people were like, does she mean it? Like, I don't. That was for you, Eleanor. Little life support machine joke for you, the nurse. You're welcome, mate. We've got 4 more acts trying to beat the frog. Can we have a clap? Can we have a cheer? Can we go wild, go crazy for Holly Stevens?
Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now?
Good evening, Frog and Bucket. Oh, fucking hell, what's happening there? So this week has been a huge week for myself. I finally come out to my workmates as transgender. That's right, I used to be called Steve. And I'm quite early on in my transition, which is quite hilarious because it means that everything in my life is quite challenging at the minute. So, for example, at the minute I've got the equivalent of your grand's teeth for tits, and that didn't come out right. We'll get there. No, but in the morning I haven't quite got real boobs yet. I've got to use fake ones. And what that means is in the mornings I have to go, I've got my keys, I've got my wallet, have I remembered to put my tits on today, I've put my hair on today. No, that's serious. I have to do that every morning. And the other day, some builders shouted, "Get your tits out, love!" So I did. I threw them at them. Which I thought was fucking hilarious, until they ran off with them. And I had to run down Market Street yelling, "Give us me tits back, you bastards!" Try explaining that one to the police. "Hello, police. The fees are taken to 34C silicone rubber tits. Hello?" And I was in the closet for a long time. I'm 25 now, and I came out about a year ago. In fact, I was in there for so long that Narnia started leaving. Roommate wanted I to buy my sofa. Coming out to my parents was quite scary, because my parents are quite conservative. All the men were in the military. My mum's a doctor. So there was a lot of pressure on myself as an early child. So I thought, how do I do this? Do I come out quite serious and just kind of man up a bit? Well, maybe not. Or do I try and make a joke out of it? Oh, God really fucked up when he was doing me. I was expecting less than a couple of buns, but instead I got meat and tatties. Oh, that God. And dating, that was an interesting one. Back in the days when I used to go down the pub with the lads, they kind of be looking at the girls and thinking, what weird chat-up line can we be using? Whereas I'm thinking, who's going to wear trousers in this relationship? Because it sure as hell ain't going to be me. And at one point, I did have a girlfriend. I still to this day don't know how it happened. But we used to fight over such stupid things. Well, for example, I can't help it I can walk better in heels than you. And I can't help it if I want to buy more throw pillows. I know I'm probably the only guy, well, ex-guy, who probably thought that, but... And at the minute, I've not quite got all my ID sorted, so my legal name is still my old name, which means that my passport is a 17-year-old pissed off, bearded version of me, and my driving licence is a 19-year-old pissed version of me, which doesn't quite work. In fact, when I go into the shops to see buy alcohol, they say, "Who did that ID for you, Stevie Wonder?" I have to stand outside with the kids getting old men to buy me beer because nobody will serve me because they think it's a fake ID. Excuse me, can you... Oh, you bastard.
Holly Stevens, everybody! Literally got the most amazing legs I've ever seen, mate. They were, I'm not even joking, you would win Beat the Frog just with, I was just sat at the side perving on Holly Stevens' legs. That was amazing. Colin, how long did Holly do?
3 minutes.
3 minutes 30, that's fair. That's not a bad show. There we go, 3 minutes 30. Right. We've got three more acts, card holders. Eleanor, look at me. We're going to be best mates after this. Look me deep in the eyes. You totally just squinted. I love it. 7 beers. Jack, are we ready? Annie, you were fucking born ready, mate. Look at you. Control yourself, mate. It's all right. Just calm down. I love it. You're the most conservative trio of card holders, but you're like the meanest, and I quite like it. You're like silent assassins. We've got 3 acts. We've got Paul Wilbur Williams, Channel and Cross, and Alex Love coming on. The next one is Paul Wilbur. brilliant. Paul Wilbur Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, start the stamping of feet. Start the clapping of hands. Start the whooping and cheering. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Wilbur Williams.
Stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, you will be trouble.
So let me move this out the way so you can see me a bit better. It's a good job there's a nurse in the house because I'm fucked off them stairs, I tell you. It's nice to be here. I've just got back off holiday, as you can tell. This is how Scousers dress all the time, like. But I love going away. Going away is brilliant, like. But the only thing that I hate about going away is getting on the plane because of all the dickheads. You always end up by stag do's or hen do's, and the thing with stags, they always stink of farts, and it's not like you can even open the window. No, and the thing with hen do's, they always have t-shirts on with like blazoned names on, which you think, hang on, you need reporting to trading standards there, love. Like, do one with sugar tits, Sue on, and you're thinking, nah, they're saggy tits, them, Sue. They're not good tits, them, love. Like, or there's a big unit, looks like Predator's sister, and she's got Hot Babe written on her top. Got a face like a stunt man's knee, and you're thinking, you might be hot in real love, like, but unless you're on about your blood pressure, like, you don't really, like, you're not out in my eyes. As you can tell, I'm not from round here. I'm from down the road, and I won't say where, like, in case I get a few frogs coming up. But I do get told to sound like a Scouse Gary Barlow, if anyone wonders where I come from, like. And when the lads in work were asking about what I was doing, they said, what are you like? I said, well, I suppose I'm a bit like Lee Evans. And he went, are you funny like that? I said, no, just come on stage and sweat a lot. So, but I told my mum what I was doing tonight. She went, what are you doing? You going to a comedy club? I said, yeah. She went, what for? I said, well, I want to have a go at comedy. She said, oh, you might end up like that Harold Bishop. I said, Mum, you mean John Bishop, don't you? If I end up like Harold Bishop, I get washed down the river, get lost for 5 years, come back, work in a cafe, selling carrot cake all day and shacked up with mads. Not where I have my aspirations, like, tell you. But booking a holiday nowadays is dead easy. It's all apps and online. Whereas, like, back in the 90s, whole different experience. I mean, the 90s were a very different place, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Back in the 90s, cash for clothes was what you got off your mum for Christmas. In the 90s, PPI was a condition that you got from golden showers. Yeah. Somebody knows, somebody's tried it. It was it. That's off to you, try anything once. And back in the 90s, vaping was what Dracula did when Mrs. Dracula wasn't putting out. Yeah. In the 90s, Minions was what people with speech impediments won on the lottery. Yeah. You got it down here, the students got it well, lads, come on. No, but serious, like, back in the 90s, if you wanted to book a holiday, basically what you did was like 10 of your mates all went to travel agents. You had an idea where you wanted to go, but you never ended up getting there. You walk in, you spend 10 minutes looking through the brochures, trying to find topless birds on the little pictures. Then one of you would go up to the desk, normally the most sensible one. You'd send him up and you'd say, right, we want to go to Ibiza. Okay, I'll go up. Comes back 5 minutes later. Did you get us a holiday? Yeah, where are we going? Ibiza, whereabouts? Well, it's actually unnamed. And you're like, basically what unnamed means is, you don't know where you're going till you get there. Coach driver drops you off, and your hotel's like somewhere that Scooby-Doo stays. It's absolute shit, all like, but like I say, I just got back off holiday yesterday. On the plane, coming back, there was an end party. And I don't know what it is about end parties, they have this obsession with willies. And there was this girl, and she had like one of them big 3-foot willies with her. And I'm thinking, why is she bringing that back? What's she going to do with that? You know, there's not much practical use you can do around the house with a 3-foot willy. That's it, I don't want to know what's going to do with it, but... And then I'm thinking, where's she going to put that on playing? Because I've just struggled putting my case in that little cage thing there. And she's walking on with this 3-foot willy. That's well going to take up loads of room in the overhead locker. Plus, how did she get it through the cage unless she brought lube with her? And I don't fancy that falling out, hitting me on the head when I go to get my magazine on the way back. Hey!
Oh, poor Wilbur Williams, you charming devil. Totally beat the frog, mate. Smashed it. We've got 2 more acts. That's the first act to beat the frog in this section. Well done, Paul. We've got two more acts in this section and for the rest of the competition. So, ladies and gentlemen, come down from the Wilbur Williams high. I love it. Oh, he was one of the manly men. Mate, well done, mate. We've got 2 more acts, though. He'll come up to beat the frog. Card holders, are we ready? Born ready. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stamp your feet. Clap your hands. Whoop! Cheer for the next act to beat the frog, Channel and Cross!
Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now?
Well, they were shit. They just didn't turn up, Colin.
I wasted my time, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe they were terrified by Paul Wilbur Williams's beating the frog. Well, I mean, the thing is, he will be back on at the end. We've got 1 more act, and then we decide who wins. We have a clap-off, so just hold your bloody horses. Alex Love's going to come on. He's going to try and beat the frog. It's the last act. So because it's the last act, have all your love and energy, ladies and gentlemen. Clap, stamp your feet, move and cheer for the last act. Alex Love!
Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now?
Hello. Right, everyone join in. Give me a D. Give me a U. Give me a D. Give me an F. Give me a D. Give me a D! That's my GCSE results. Give me a D! That was a reset. So hello, I'm Alex Love. I like to start myself with a joke about my appearance, how I went to a plastic surgeon's and asked for Ant's forehead with Dec's face. Dec's been in the jungle a bit too long with a beard, right? So you may have guessed by the accent, I'm not from around these parts. I've moved to Manchester. I'm from a little town near Bristol called Stroud, where the lawnmower was invented. So you're welcome. In fact, whenever I see a lawnmower being used, I do get a tear in my eye. It's not pride, it's hay fever. And you like your sport up here in the northwest, you like your football, don't you? Give me a cheer if you like your football. Yeah, not our sport in the southwest, no. We prefer cheese rolling. So to further my comedy career, I've been taking lots of drugs. Last week I took a lot of opium. I've not had a shit in 6 days. Well, they told me it was opium, turns out it was actually Imodium. Edgy comedian for you. I've got this line on my CV which I'm really pleased with, which is, I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking for a career. The problem was I missed out on letter E. Asda, Kara, yeah. They got it this time. So I was at the airport recently and someone came up to me and asked if I was ex-services, and it's true, I am ex-services. Customer service at Sainsbury's. I've got your back, you're the customer service guy. If they kick off, right, I've got your back, right? And if the worst comes to the worst, we'll go to intensive care, it's going to be fine. You've got connections, right? But it turns out he also was ex-services because we had the same backpack, right? And he got his from doing a tour of Afghanistan. I got mine from Argos, it's a lot less hassle. Didn't have to kill anyone for mine. All right, I did, but it's Black Friday, I got carried away. Got carried away, right? So I'm in a long-distance relationship. That's not a joke, right? I'm in a long-distance relationship. It's called a restraining order. Ladies, you're right there, Elena, yeah. So, did you know in the 1970s, Marvel had a comic printed using the blood of the rock band Kiss?
That's a fact. It came with a free gift. Hepatitis. One for the hepatitis fans there, yeah. So does anyone find it horrible when people sneeze and they don't cover their mouths and it goes everywhere? Give me a cheer. Yeah. It's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible. You hate it, Eleanor, the nurse. You hate it. It's disgusting, isn't it? Right? I was sitting on a train recently, and 3 people sitting near me sneezed, and they didn't cover their mouths. And I was outraged, and I stood up and said to them, "People like you make me sick." Right? Immune system joke for you there. Yeah. So right, I had a problem with an envelope. It needed addressing. Okay, risky strategy. I'm going to do 3 very similar jokes in a row. That was the best one. So, should have given... Oh, card. Yeah, didn't like that. Right, so... Rule of 3, motherfucker. Rule of 3. Right, save your judgment. He's getting a barrister ready. Are you sure you're going to be a barrister and not a judge? He's a judge already. He's a judge already. He wants the wig, doesn't he? Right. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, had a problem with a cut to my leg. It needed a dressing. First one was better, wasn't it? Did warn you. Someone clapping from Asda there. They just got the dressing joke from the envelope, right? Had a problem with a salad. It was out of date, so fooled you there with a switcheroo, yeah. I can do that shit. Okay, right, fine. Well, fair play. You lasted until the third one, so that's fine. The worst way to be killed would be eaten alive by a giant squid, because it's massive. It's got huge tentacles. But it's trying to eat you a little big. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? What's the matter? Are your eyes too big for your stomach? Okay, no squid knowledge in the room. Okay, right, it's fine. Bit of a risky strategy at the Gong Show. Right, I'll explain. The giant squid has eyes that are 10 inches in diameter, but they have quite a small stomach. So if I don't make you laugh, I will be accurate. Because about you, when I go to a comedy show, I want to hear jokes about giant squid. Right, and you don't hear that very much, so I've chosen to pick up the mantle. Okay, good squid knowledge there. That's my target audience, right? Again, risky strategy at the Gong Show. The thing is, I don't need your approval to do jokes about giant squid because I know loads about...
Alex Love beat the frog. Anna loved it. Anna loves a bit of squid. Big calamari fan. Could we please have a round of applause for all the card holders? Can we please pass the card forward? Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Anna. Pass the cards forward. Thank you. One. Next one. 2. Thank you very much. Now, guys, it's the tense moment. It's time for the clap off. So, this isn't the moment for the clap off, but could we please have a round of applause while I, in order, bring up the acts that beat the frog? Can we please have a round of applause? Mark Grimshaw, Matthew McAloon, and Paul Wilbur Williams. Please come and stand on the stage for the clap off. There we go. I was wondering why there was another. Was that for the double act? All right, right. Have a little ponder. Have a little think to yourselves who you thought the best act was, and you've got to clap, you've got to cheer, you've got to go wild, go crazy, go American, lose your shit. Because, just like, this is a bit of a backstory. Shh. Bit of a backstory. It's actually a progression. So whoever wins Beat the Frog tonight, they'll come and do the beginning of the show, do one of the 8 spots, do well there, they'll do a Thursday. If they do well there, they do a weekend. Can lead to paid work. It's quite a big deal. So think about who you want to win. So, first person is Matthew McAloon. Ooh, that's a good cheer, mate. That's a good start. Ooh. That's a good start. Mark Grimshaw. I think, Mark, it was wonderful, by the way. You were a very worthy competitor, but I think it was very loud from here, but I think everyone else was a bit louder for Mark. So thank you very much. Everyone give a round of applause, please, for Mark Grimshaw. The next clap off, Alex Love. Well done, Alex. You were also a good competitor. Thank you very much, but it was definitely louder for Matthew. Here we go. Clash of the Titans. Right, we're going to do Matthew one more time so I can get... So think to yourselves, who was your favourite, Matthew or Paul? Right. Matthew McAloon. I have a feeling. Yeah. Everyone, please continue a round of applause for Matthew Macalino. Very, very worthy competitor. Very good, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, your Beat the Frog winner on this fine and balmy Monday evening, it is Paul Wilbur Williams. You have to hold this for an awkward picture. Where is it? Oh no, mate! Don't like we. Yeah, we wouldn't do that to you. Have we got? Oh, over there. There we go. Awkward picture time.
Looks like one of my exes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Wilbur Williams. Well done, mate. Do I just fuck off now? Yeah, we're all fucking off, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been cracking. Please come and visit us again at the Frog and Bucket. We have gigs here Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Follow us on Twitter.